Hi, how are you? I'm Anthony from Cypher House, and today I'm back with a new puzzle hunt experience. I stumbled upon this puzzle hunt called Escape from Alcatraz that originally premiered at the National Puzzlers League convention back in July of the year 2000. This is a 25-year-old puzzle hunt. I took a brief look at the puzzles in the PDF and I thought this looked really interesting, so I wanted to take a look at this 25-year-old set of puzzles. These puzzles were written by Manx, so we have them to thank for these fun puzzles that are coming up. And one of the first things that we encounter in the PDF is a list of notes for how to go about solving this at home. Like I said, this set originally took place at a convention, so there were some aspects to how the puzzle was originally presented that need to be preserved and altered slightly for the at-home solving experience. The notes encourage solvers to have a friend act as a moderator to distribute new puzzles and keys to you as you discover them throughout the experience, so I've enlisted the help of my brother for that particular task. I gave my moderator access to this whole PDF, which includes a set of keys towards the end that I haven't looked at in detail. He also has access to the final page of the PDF, which has a list of what solving each puzzle unlocks and provides the solver. So ideally, the way this is going to work is I'm going to solve the puzzles, tell him what my solutions are, and then he's going to tell me what I've unlocked. The next page is the official set of instructions for what we're about to encounter. You and your fellow players have been imprisoned in the Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, the Rock. I know, you're innocent, you didn't do it, fine, whatever. Like any good jailbirds, your band is intent on escaping. Fortunately for you, security has gotten ridiculously bad. Not only are there no guards or warden to be found, but there are a number of puzzles scattered around that lead to keys and other useful items that will spring you from your prison. The instructions tell us that several puzzles will give us keys for solving them. When this happens, we're going to be given the word key as well as some digit-letter combination. That's what I'm going to have to tell my moderator, my brother, in order to unlock the keys for each puzzle. There's some description here about how to use the keys. We'll see a particular pattern that represents the lock, and if we have the correct key, it should fit into that lock in the correct way. So I will also need to tell my brother if I'm doing that to unlock whatever that key opens, and presumably more puzzles beyond that. And that's pretty much it for instructions. All that I have access to at the start of this is the starting folder, which may come in handy, as well as the first map and 3 starting puzzles. So let's jump on in and see if I can escape Alcatraz. Alright, this is our starting folder. It's from Steel Stationery Company, and it says Alcatraz Cell Block Section A. I'm thinking steel might somehow be important. I'm not immediately sure how this is going to help me. So on the left here, I have my starting map, the cell block section A. Your section of the cell block contains a number of cells on the upper level of the cell house. The cells are located opposite each other with a catwalk that overlooks the lower level, connecting them. A single key opens the doors of all the cells on one side, and another key opens all the doors on the other. If you can obtain these 2 keys, your band can begin its escape. Okay, so our goal is to solve the starting puzzles to hopefully find these 2 keys and get our band out of the cells. One of my starting puzzles is titled Escape Routes. The other 2 are Behind Bars and Escape Concerns. The set seems very crossword puzzle heavy, which I am super excited about. Okay, so in the puzzle Escape Routes, we have, it looks like 9 places to enter answers, as well as 9 clues that presumably correspond to them. Each answer has a specific shape, and presumably that tells us the length of the answer as well. And then there's an asterisk, so I'm not quite sure how this is all going together just yet. In addition to the clues and the spaces to enter them, we are given a set of letters down here. I'm going to count up the letters and see if the number of those matches the number of white squares that we have. Yeah, so we have exactly 52 letters here, as well as 52 yellow spaces. They're yellow in my particular rendering of this puzzle, but they're white in the original puzzle. So I think that these are just going to be the letters of our answers. This is essentially our double checking to make sure that our answers are correct. And then the only thing that I can think of immediately to do with these pieces, once we've filled in all the answers, is to try to fit them together in some way, maybe to make a reasonable shape. I don't know what shape that's going to be, but then where the asterisks are, presumably we read those off and that'll give us our final answer. Forest clearings could be glades, possibly. It's celebrated with a June 14th holiday. June 14th. Is it Flag Day? Animal called the Ship of the Desert. Is it a camel? Performed shiatsu on. This would be massaged, right? So, taking a break from the clues to just look through our starting puzzles here, it actually occurs to me that I don't know if each puzzle specifically has like its own answer, or if I might need to combine them. Because it looks like it could be a bit challenging to try and fit all these pieces together. Maybe they do, but the other option is that maybe I need to like overlay these somehow with one of these other two puzzles. Before I do that, let me just see if I can fit them together in a reasonable way. Okay, I've been trying to fit the pieces down here together for a few minutes, and I'm not seeing an obvious way to do it, so I'm thinking my guess that perhaps escape routes works in conjunction with one or both of these other puzzles might actually be the correct one. Reduce in amount or degree. It could be abate. Okay, I'm going to look up where Gauguin settled in 1891. Looks like Tahiti. So we're left with disintegration of a radioactive element, made sound, and mark the boundaries of... Oh, 5 is probably just decay. I'm going to throw our remaining letters into Nutramatic. So I don't think healed is correct for made sound, but I do think limited is potentially correct for mark the boundaries of. Oh, it's probably delimit. Ah, okay, wait a minute. Healed is probably correct. It's not making sound as in producing audio, it's making sound as in making sure something is complete or healed. I'm going to move on from escape routes to one of these other puzzles. We'll start with behind bars. I just finished converting the puzzle behind bars to Google Sheets, and the black cell pattern in the grid, along with the length being given to us in parentheses after each clue, suggests that we might be dealing with a cryptic crossword puzzle here. Yeah, they definitely sound like cryptic clues, and I think I solved this one. Bumpkin is a rube, and it has left, so we add an L in there, and that gives ruble, which is money in Russia. I think I solved 6 down as well. Abor mixing means we need to anagram abor, and we happen to want to anagram it in that way. Then we have bit of punch is a letter P, and then for every person is per, as in one per person. And that gives someone who goes from pub to pub, a bar hopper. 7 down, Confederate soldier is a reb, as in rebel, and then makes the most of is uses to give rebuses, which are visual puzzles. 12 across, contemplates is the definition, bathroom in Britain is a loo, and something that must be done in the mirror is a task, but in the mirror means do it backwards, so that gives us looks at. Okay, I just worked through 15 across. The answer is exposed. By is the letter X, as in multiplied by, and then it's wearing slipping Speedo, so we're anagramming Speedo around that letter X to get exposed, which is showed some skin. Picked up the tab for drunken tear with Senator Kennedy. So we need to anagram tear, and then Kennedy is Ted Kennedy. Treated. Lion. Lion's a cat. Circling unprotected is bear. So we have cabaret. One down. A trade stoppage is an embargo, and that is also an anagram of mob rage. Fellow who married his mother, love with a strange upside. Wasn't Oedipus the fellow who married his mother? Let's see if we can make sense of the wordplay. Love is the letter O with a strange upside. It's an anagram of upside. 3 down, Rhode Island is R-I. Red upset means anagram red to get rider, which is a passenger. 1 across. Excellent is the letter E. Grades are marks. And that's covering the front letter of bulletin. So a letter B to give embarks. So like you board a boat. I think 2 down is browsed. The vacation spots are resorts. I really should have seen that one quicker. I'm pretty sure 9 across is a sweeper is a broom, and we're putting in unusual, so anagrammed load to get carpet. But I'm not seeing what that gives me for some reason. Alright, I'm wondering if this broadloom is a carpet. Yeah, broadloom is definitely a carpet. Okay, I can see 25. Dodge is the definition, and its commercial is an ad put into the first lady, which is Eve, so we get evade. Okay, I see 27. Drunken boars means anagram boars. And so we get sober. And then Mr. McMahon. I don't know who Ed McMahon is, but I'm fairly confident that that's correct, because the definition is recovered from an inebriated state. So we get sobered. 16 down, arrests deviates after the start of body. So we start with a B, the start of body, and then we anagram arrests to get something that means exchanges. I think it's barters. I just worked out 14 across. We anagrammed I prefer to get one who overcharges, which is a profiteer. 18 down, spot is C, bit of dirt is the letter D, and a society girl is Deb, but she's turned up, so backwards, to give garden, which is seed bed. I see 17 down. Altercation is the definition, spread through is a hidden word indicator, and the answer is rhubarb, hidden within air hub arbitrarily. So what's 22? It looks like it's going to be routine. That would mean ordinary. Bridges wear out in essence. It's another hidden. It's just hidden across wear out in essence. I'm convinced that hidden words get harder and harder to find the better you get at cryptics, because you're always overthinking it. You're always trying to figure out what all the substitutions for the words are, and you forget that sometimes they just give you the answer in the clue. Person who came into some money is an heir. Just. Oh, just is fair, and then heard is a homophone indicator, so what it costs to travel is airfare. 26 across, opera singers are baritones. It's an anagram of satin robe. Yeah, pleased anagrammed is elapsed, which is went by. I think 19 down is asserts. So 1 is the letter A, and then accent hike is stressed backwards. We anagram abuser, so we hash it, and then that's near the letter A, and that gives us sub-area, which is section of a larger region. I'm struggling with these last 3, so I'm going to throw the letter pattern for 20 down into one look here. Acronym would be a good answer for the definition of MASH, perhaps. Yeah, A is just the letter A. Crony is a friend, and movies premiere is the letter M. I was cycling through words for friend in my head. I'm like, ally? Is it pal? Is it bud? You know, but I didn't get to crony. I'm also going to look up my Montana cities. I know this one's going to be a homophone for a humdinger, but that's not coming to me, and I don't know many cities in Montana. Ah, it's Butte, B-U-T-T-E. All right, so we're left with angry, which I think is the definition. Convicts, finally, I think gives us the letter S, and then we need a word for joined forces to complete this parse. Ah, angry is steamed and joined forces is teamed. Do I immediately see anything here that would be my final answer? Do I see the word key anywhere? So again, I'm in a position where I've solved the puzzle, I believe, just like escape routes, but I'm not 100% sure if I can extract an answer yet. I don't know how much crossplay there is between things that we will unlock or might unlock soon, or other puzzles unlocking things in previous puzzles, so I'm just going to keep filling grids until I know what I'm doing. And so that means I'm going to move on to the only other puzzle that I have access to right now, which is Escape Concerns. Okay, I've converted the puzzle Escape Concerns now into my sheet, and I'm going to work on just filling in the grid. It is my hope that I'm going to see some of my escape routes sort of coming into play here. And then, maybe whatever I unlock with that will give me some idea of how I'm supposed to extract from the behind bars puzzle. Well, the first one of these that jumped out to me was 48 down. If I only blank brain, that's if I only had a brain. Penta doubled is deca. In need of a massage could be like achy. Not out of bounds. In play. I'm gonna have to look up a few of the pop culture references because since I tend to solve cryptics that don't have a ton of those, it's a bit of a blind spot for me. So let's start with Eddie's Beverly Hills Cop Roll. Looks like it's Axel. First name in the Solidarność movement. I need to look that up too. So this Solidarność clue seems to be referring to this Polish labor movement, which was led by a person by the name of Lech, L-E-C-H. So that seems to be our answer here. I'm gonna look up this Where is the Life That Late Blank song. Where is the life that late I led? Surrender is probably Seed. I'm gonna look up this Hind of the Pretenders. Looks like it's Chrissy. For 52 down, the pretzel edition is Salt. What's the stuffing flavor? Oh, it's Sage, probably. Letter used to represent an angle in trig is theta. Ha's counterpart is hem and ha. A school paper is probably an essay. All right, I'm gonna look up this writer Janowitz. Tama Janowitz. Ah, but you know what I think I am seeing in here? Somewhere right around here, in fact. I believe I'm seeing this particular escape route, Massaged. 12 down is probably E. coli. Yeah, I'm thinking our navigator of the 23rd century is Sulu, which is a Star Trek reference. Is a masterstroke another word for a coup by any chance? Yeah. Alright, I'm looking up Spike Lee's Blank Gotta Have It. Looks like the answer is She's Gotta Have It. I'm thinking essays might be wrong because I'm finding that 29 across is maybe the NFL Lions. I mean, the team is the Detroit Lions, but I need 3 letters, so I'm wondering if it's NFL. 31 down, Swell is Nito. Ah, is hem wrong? Are we not going with hem and ha here? It might be like, because 30 down is going to be ogler. It's G. G is ha's counterpart, and LeBron's choice is a sedan. I'm thinking a clockwork part might be a cogwheel. Actually, I think flywheel works better, because I think 15 across the small bottle is a vial, and I think 7 down's lends a hand is AIDS. Cheetah Rivera was an actress in Chicago, and some potato chips are Ridgy. The Blue Nile's source is the Lake Tana. Okay, apparently an old ad campaign for Sprint is something about hearing a pin drop. I had a feeling there would be some maybe harder to get clues because the hunt is 25 years old. League member is probably a team. 3 down is like a bat out of hell. A security worry is a leak. Apparently William Tell is our noted archer. I'm thinking our park entertainer might be a mime. Under any circumstances is at all. And then 26 down, broken is probably tamed. Ah, okay, the Silverdrome team is just the Lions. Alright, I think I'm gonna look up the French bean. I'm stuck with these 4 cells here. I think it's the French word for head. Your bean is your head. Okay, boost is apparently an informal word for steal. It's funny, I probably would have taken a lot longer to see 56, flat paper, but I just solved another crossword, like, yesterday that used this particular pun, so I think it's lease. Benefit could be a veil. Admonishes is probably warns. Okay, I'm gonna use one look for this K-based, P blank blank, potassic. Oh, potassium-based. Clever. Okay, so we've filled in this crossword now. So I'm gonna go through and see if I can find these 9 escape routes hidden within this puzzle escape concerns. So we should have a bait somewhere. That's here. And the letter K is the asterisked cell for that one. Okay, so that doesn't look like it spells anything in the escape concerns grid itself, but when I sort those from 1 to 9 in the order that they were given to us in escape routes, it spells key 3L. So I'm pretty sure that I need to submit the solution key 3L to my brother, and then presumably he will give me key 3L. So stay tuned to see what the result is of me submitting that particular solution. Hopefully I get a key, and then hopefully that opens one of these locks, and hopefully that gives me some more puzzles to solve. So I messaged my brother, who's being my game master for my particular playthrough, and I said I combined the puzzles escape routes and escape concerns, and I got key 3L. He sent me a picture of the key that I had unlocked, and I could tell pretty quickly that it went to the bottom of these 2 locks on the cell block. And so I sent him a picture of that and said, cool, I assume it goes here. My brother confirmed that I put the key in the right spot, and I said, do I get any things for that? And he said, no, I don't think. And I said, okay, So it's time for me to go back to the drawing board and take a look at the puzzle behind bars, which I still haven't used for anything yet. I assume that there has to be some kind of extraction for this puzzle to give me another key or important item. I didn't notice this when I was solving the grid initially, but I'm actually seeing bar shows up a couple times in the grid. Does it show up more than that? Bar, it's also here. We have bar here. I'm gonna highlight all the bars. I think I see. It's behind bars, so are we looking at these letters behind the word bar, wherever it shows up? Yeah, it looks like it goes in normal crossword order. We have key EI from the acrosses, and then GHTB from the downs, so key 8B. I again messaged my brother. I told him I got key 8B. He sent me a picture of that key, and I found out that it goes perfectly in the other lock for the cell blocks, so I sent him that picture as well. His response is, you use the 2 keys to unlock cells A1 through A5. The keys open up to the upper catwalk. Unlock pages 8 and 9 of the PDF, which is upper catwalk map, garden variety, proverbial wisdom, and crossing guard. So we get to work on those puzzles. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you like this puzzle hunt. I really like crosswords, so finding a crossword-heavy puzzle hunt is really, really exciting for me. Plus, I like escape rooms, and this has elements of that as well. If you're new here and you want to see more puzzle-related content, please hit the subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. Until next time, I hope that everybody has a great day, and as always, happy escaping!